Your resume is your written piece of your marketing campaign. You want to use it as an advertisement. Should advertise your skills, your education.
Need to obviously include all of the personal information about yourself that is relevant, new, and will remain the same for the coming period of time. For example, you want to make sure that your email address or your electronic address and your phone number and all of that is as current as can possibly be. Very few people actually use snail mail anymore, but you do want to have a current mailing address for yourself.
In thinking about a resume as an advertisement, it's not a one-size-fits-all document. You want to tailor it each time, every time you send it out to a specific employer.
I think it's always wisest to include an objective at the top of a resume as well. That way you can custom make it, you can tailor it to suit the particular job that you're applying for. And even if the rest of your resume that's going out to different potential employers is basically the same, at least that is different.
An objective is important too, letting the reader know why that they're looking at your resume in the first place.
You should have sections there on any related work experience that you've had within the industry that you're applying for.
Probably your education, as long as you are wanting to do something related to your education.
You most certainly should include skills. For example, if you've had computer abilities or hardware, software experience with different equipment, gear, computers, so on and so forth, and that's going to help you do a better job, you should include that.
Other things could include a relevant coursework section if you don't have a lot of experience doing what you want to do.
You should include any sort of honors, achievements that you've had while you've been in college.
Try to think about your skills in terms of transferability. What did you do in those past positions that might relate to what you want to be doing?
You should likewise include your references, and if at all possible, you should have references from places where you've interned within the industry, or if you've worked, again, a paying job within the industry, you should include those. In fact, if you don't include those, and you list those on your resume, for example, an internship at a local television station or something like that, and then you don't have anyone there who would be a reference for you, well, that just sends up a red flag, correctly or incorrectly, to somebody that might be looking it over in terms of considering you to be hired.
The job posting, the employer has put in it everything that they're looking for in the position. So not repeating verbatim the words in the job posting, but really paying attention to that. What is the employer looking for, and then bringing those things out in your resume.
Someone who is in a hiring position, quite truthfully, is looking at it in two different ways. Obviously, you're looking to hire the best person you can to fit into that job for everybody's benefits. So that's one thing you're looking for, the best possible person. But the truth of it is, if you've got 400 applications for one job, and that's not unusual, you're also looking for reasons to eliminate people.
Some things maybe not to include on a resume. Remembering that a resume is what you can do for that employer. You shouldn't have any I's on your resume, any complete sentences. It's really short, concise phrases, but nothing that is about what you expect to get out of that employer. It's about what you can do for them.
Well, the most common mistakes, the fatal errors, are usually the simple things. Particularly if you're going into mass communications, but I think this is true all the way across the board. If you have so much as one typo or one grammatical mistake, you're out of it. You're out of it. What that says to a potential employer is you don't care enough about yourself to make your resume and your cover letter the most perfect that it can be.
Unless it's a hobby or an interest that relates to the position for which you're applying, doesn't really matter, doesn't really work.
Before I actually started hiring myself as a news director, but even as an EP I hired, and I learned from those that taught me. And I would insert, again, coming from the idea that you're looking to eliminate people in the mix too. I would do certain things where I would make it work for somebody to find out what my name was or what gender I was.
Picture is not generally a good idea because of equal employment opportunity laws.
I've seen certain situations where putting your picture on it within the right format has worked, but by and large, I would say as a general rule, it's if you're going to err on the conservative side. You don't want to put a flashing red nose on yourself and draw attention to yourself in a negative way. So unusual colors, unusual fonts, all of those sorts of things you have to be very, very careful of because it can send out the wrong message.
Encourage anyone that would like to get some feedback and critique on their resume to come by our office, schedule an appointment, try to get in before graduation if you haven't already been in. Use our resources. We're here for you to help you with your job search needs. Okay.